Today on Rappler. Inflation and government corruption top Filipinos' concerns in a year-end survey by Pulse Asia. China launches live firing drills as it rehearses a blockade of Taiwan. Australian police say the Bondi gunmen acted alone, belying speculation they received training from terrorists when they visited Mindanao. And a Filipino educator in the UK will be honored with an MBE from King Charles. Inflation and government corruption are Filipinos' top concerns as the year ends. A Pulse Asia survey conducted from December 12 to 15 shows 59% or almost 6 out of every 10 respondents said controlling the prices of goods and commodities is an urgent national concern. Next, some 48% or nearly half of respondents mentioned fighting graft and corruption in government as a top priority. Government corruption scandals filled news headlines for much of the year. Vice President Sara Duterte was impeached over her alleged misuse of confidential funds, while many lawmakers and even President Marcos were accused of getting kickbacks from flood control projects. These have sparked some of the largest protest rallies the country has seen in years. Previous Pulse Asia surveys also show Filipinos became a lot more worried about government corruption this year. In 2024, only 26% or over a quarter of respondents said it was a top concern. China launches live firing exercises around Taiwan on the second day of its largest ever war games aimed at rehearsing a blockade of the island. Named Justice Mission 2025, the drills began 11 days after the US announced a record $11.1 billion arms package to Taiwan. It has been Beijing's largest exercise to date by total coverage and proximity to the island nation. Taiwan's Defense Ministry says 130 Chinese military aircraft and 22 Navy and Coast Guard ships had been operating around the island in the past 24 hours. China's Eastern Theater Command says the live firing exercise includes strikes on maritime and aerial targets as well as anti-submarine operations. Most of Taipei's flight routes have been blocked by the drills. This has affected more than 100,000 passengers and left only a small corridor to Japan for commercial flights. Beijing sees Taiwan as a renegade Chinese province. It has stated an aim to take the self-governing island and has not ruled out doing so by force. Australian police say the two gunmen behind the Bondi beach mass shooting acted alone, belying speculation they worked with a terrorist group. The police add there's no evidence they were part of a militant cell nor that they received training on their trip to the Philippines right before the attack. Authorities earlier reported that the two were inspired by the Islamic State terror group, which has affiliates operating in Mindanao. The Bureau of Immigration confirmed the alleged gunmen traveled to Davao in November. Naveed Akram and his father Sajid are alleged to have killed 15 people at a Jewish event on December 14. It was Australia's worst mass shooting in almost 30 years. Sajid was shot dead by police during the attack. Naveed survived being shot by police and now faces multiple charges. Filipino educator Edison David earns a spot on the UK's 2026 honours list for his contributions to British society through education. David, who hails from Tarlac, receives an MBE or Member of the Order of the British Empire, an honour given to people who have worked hard for their community over a long time and made a big difference. This year's honorees include Hollywood star Cynthia Erivo, who's also receiving an MBE, and Idris Elba, who is receiving knighthood. David dedicates the award to his fellow Filipino teachers, saying the honor is also for all Filipino educators around the world. David works as an executive head teacher in London and is also a lead inspector for Ofsted, the UK's regulator for education and social care. He and the other honorees will personally receive their awards from King Charles at Buckingham Palace. And that's today's wrap. I'm JC Gutinga. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. For more updates, download the Rappler app.